Kani gadega Patisi TV, bat pidang pet yaki kubor baman kasngi.
Menteri Rangba Kajala Ukonrad K Sangma hne kasngi ka khan rio tarik ulber ula pli ya ka jingalang bania thir badia tai ya ka bala tip kum ka international interdisciplinary halor ka phang human resource development in South Asia capabilities, challenges and prospects. Ya ka tega seminar bashisngi la panyai da ka Department of Economics bat ka IQAC jong ka Synod College harangkat ka jinga snok tilang da ka South Asia Social Science Research Network. Hagani kasngi la idon lang ru principal jong ka Synod College Professor C Pariat, Dr. Ibalari P Khongjo, Dr. Vinod Kumar Bhardwaj na ka SAS SRN kisamla puli nalor kiwe de.
And I think all of us will agree that this particular issue or topic that you've taken up today, I think is one of the most important areas of concern for a country like ours and for a region like ours. As MP, I have gone to Australia about a year back. We were a group of MPs. We were in Sydney and within the college, university, there was a section which used to study on China, everything from trade and all these issues. And as you know, Australia and China share a very strong relationship in terms of trade. They're the largest trade partners. When I went there, I simply asked one question. I asked them that what do you think are the challenges that India faces? I asked those people, comparing to China. I said, how come China is ahead? Their trade with Australia is about $260 billion, whereas India is just touching about $100 billion, with what's $80 or $90 billion. And I asked them that, what are the challenges and what are the opportunities that we have? And the person who has been studying the China-Australia relationship, he said that your challenge and your opportunity is the same. And he said your challenge and opportunity is the youth and the human resource that you have in your country. And I think that one line sums up really everything that you are discussing today out here. Because China, I'm happy that the organizing secretary of this program mentioned that China has achieved certain economic growth in the last few years because of the kind of economic model they have. But I can tell you that model is today being challenged by a lot of people. That whether the human index or the human resource development that took place in China was correct or not. And I think we are having a great opportunity here to learn from what China did right or wrong and accordingly plan in Southeast Asia, South Asia, the same programs that we are thinking to do. So I think human resource development and this human resource development model, I think, really needs to be looked into. And I think that is going to be the real challenge that we face. Having said that, I think we are all aware of this great resource of human resource that we have, the young generation that we have in this region of ours. And as a Chief Minister now, and earlier as a Member of Parliament, and being a politician, I've always been very much associated with the youth. I always try to see that we bring the youth forward in all aspects of development and governance. And I think even now, as Chief Minister, I think it's very important that my government takes the youth issue and youth policy ahead. Yesterday I was speaking in Nehu, and I was mentioning to them that my state, even after 46, 47 years of statehood, we still don't have an education policy in our state. A basic requirement for a kind of human resource development aspect. We need to know the direction and the way forward and the challenges we face in the education sector. And I think you all agree that today our education sector is in shambles. I'm sorry to say this, I shouldn't be saying this as far as a Chief Minister, but it is sad to say, and we must face the truth. We have 50% of our primary schools do not have buildings today. About 70-80% of our primary schools don't have water and don't have electricity. Almost about 80% of our teachers teaching in primary schools are untrained. There are about 1,100 posts of teachers that are still lying vacant in our state in primary school. You see, We don't have enough colleges. I think there will be only about 80 or 90 colleges that are there registered in the department, in the whole of the state. Most of the blocks, most of the districts don't have government colleges. Most of the blocks don't have high secondary schools. So we can't even think of what we can improve on because we don't even have the basics ready yet. So it's a huge challenge that we have. We spend 90% of our budget of the education department only on salaries. So it leaves only about 5 to 10% of the money for capital expenditure or building of infrastructure. Massive challenge for us. But the point is, in spite of that, we need to move forward. We need to find a way forward. So therefore, we are trying to work on that. I've asked the education department to work on more footing to get this education policy out. I keep telling everybody that I've taken an oath of secrecy, so I cannot talk much. But my point being that I think people should understand, especially our youth and all our stakeholders should know that the picture is not very great, and we really need to work hard to make things, better and move forward. Apart from that, apart from the education policy, we don't have a youth policy, we don't have a sports policy. I think it's so critical and important that the education, the youth policy, and in fact a policy within the youth policy that will talk about entrepreneurship, I think is so critical. You see, I keep telling people I'm an MBA by qualification, and in fact one of my papers that I've written as an MBA student, which happened to be on Meghalaya State at that time, was regarding the role of the government to promote economic or push economic development. And I of course put a lot of, I went into detail about the industrial policy in Meghalaya and all these issues. And I can tell you, I firmly believe that government must play a role of a facilitator. Government must not be in business. Government must work towards creating the environment for allowing the young generation and entrepreneurs to really come up with business. I'll tell you, the state can only move forward and only develop if entrepreneurship develops. There is no way forward. We cannot continue to build up businesses from our side. It is the youth and the people of the state who have to take the state forward. And the government's job is to create the environment, create the policies, and create the infrastructure so that we can push entrepreneurship. And I'm very happy to mention that we are working towards creating an environment for entrepreneurship in the state. And we will be taking a few steps. As I said, I cannot mention all, but we'll be taking a few steps in this year itself to ensure that entrepreneurship comes out. And I would urge the young generation, there are a lot of young people here today, that take the risk. Take the risk. This is the chance for you, the age for you when you can take